Hello and welcome. I wanted to make this video after the year-end holidays, which people usually have some sort of time off for, and give a chance to get together with friends or family. And that can be kind of a crazy time. I know sometimes there's a drop afterwards, can bring some sadness, maybe longing. The new year is supposedly a time for new beginnings, but sometimes we're feeling the after effects of the holidays that come before. So this video is just to inject a little positivity, particularly if you've been feeling down or just need a chance to relax a bit after all of the craziness. I know for those of you in the States, this was potentially a particularly crazy year if you or loved ones were doing any traveling. You can see my Christmas regalia with the tree still up. We'll have the debate as to whether the tree should remain up all year rather than going to the trouble of taking it down. But definitely for my family, Christmas extended out a bit due to travel chaos and the challenge of getting folks where they needed to be. I hope you avoided that. Or, if you were caught up in it, that you were able to manage and get where you were going. I know it was extremely stressful. And if it was ruled by the fates that travel wasn't going to work for you or loved ones, that we can accept sometimes that is just what happens and there's not a lot to be done. Obviously very frustrating and difficult, but sometimes the world just doesn't want to cooperate and we have to do our best. I know my family had a lot of challenges, but I am very thankful and consider myself beyond fortunate that I got to see them at all in this holiday season. And I hope that you were able to make the best of the situation, whatever it might have been. I know there are a few stresses worse than travel these days to begin with, but then with all of the weather-related insanity and all of that craziness surrounding travel, I know a lot of people were disrupted this year. And I know that can be a source of great stress, and hope that you're able to ride through it all. And if you're still feeling it, then I hope now the holidays have wrapped up and most of that is resolved, that you're able to find some peace, to find the good things in whatever's happened over the last couple weeks. I know sometimes after seeing loved ones that when they're absent again, it can definitely feel like deflation or a drop to feeling alone or just different. And it's all very normal. I hope that you can acknowledge and also move beyond those feelings in time. It is very normal to feel some sort of sadness around the holidays. We often look back, can be nostalgic, sometimes triggering those feelings. Sometimes the leavings of loved ones can trigger those feelings. It's very normal to to feel sadness around this time. I hope you can acknowledge that sadness. I hope you can acknowledge that sadness. I hope you can acknowledge that sadness and recognize it for what it is. I hope you can acknowledge that sadness and recognize it for what it is. And I hope that you can resolve that sadness within yourself. And I hope you can resolve that sadness within yourself. That as the new year picks up swing, that you can move on from those feelings. That as the new year picks up swing, you can move on from those feelings and find comfort in new memories and new challenges. That you can find comfort in memories and in new challenges. I know that many people lost folks this year as well, and that can make the holidays especially difficult as we feel their absence and the loss. And I hope for those of you in that situation, and it definitely affected my family, that you can find peace and some relief from that grief. I hope you can find peace and some relief. Can make for an especially difficult holiday. So I hope you can find some peace and some relief in the face of this kind of sadness. I know it can make the holidays especially hard, but I hope you can find some peace amid that sadness. The new year is billed as a chance to begin again, to start something new, to make change within yourself. And that can be difficult, because we still carry with us the things that came before. But it's definitely okay to feel challenged or even overwhelmed in the face of trying to start something new, or the prospect of maintaining something new. It's all perfectly normal. I know you have it within yourself to take on new challenges, to try something new. I know you have it within yourself to take on new challenges and try something new. I know you have it within yourself to take on new challenges and try something new. It is also okay if you don't want to take on something new. I know many of us have plenty to deal with already, and we don't have to join in to the perceived need to remake ourselves in the new year. It is okay to manage the challenges you have, rather than taking on new ones. Can find growth from overcoming and managing those, just as much as you can from trying to deal with something new. It is okay to find challenge in things that you've already been facing, rather than take on new challenges as if you have an obligation to do so, which you do not. You can make of your new year what you wish. it does offer a time where we look at prospects for new things, a potential for change. And if you can, it is great to embrace that in a positive way, to give yourself a moment to reboot, to start again fresh after the craziness that tends to end our years. And I do hope that if you want to take on something fresh, that you find it invigorating, that you find it stimulating, and that it can produce new growth in yourself. It is a wonderful time to reflect, to think about new ways to grow, to continue growth you've already started, and to support others as they aim to grow and evolve in the new year. I know it's easy to get started with high hopes and then we fall back into old patterns. Old challenges don't want to let go. Old habits want to cling on. But you have it in your power to pursue new aims and to sustain them throughout the year in face of those challenges. I believe you have the power to sustain new habits in the face of old challenges and whatever new challenges life sends your way in the new year. As we certainly never know what surprises await. But I believe you have the power to sustain new habits if you desire to do so. I believe you have the power to sustain new habits. I believe you have the power to sustain new habits. You also have the power to continue with changes you may have made last year and to see those continue to blossom. You have the power to continue changes you may have made in the last year, and these can blossom along with new changes that you'd like to make. It is a particularly arbitrary time that we choose to make changes or to start anew. But even though it is an arbitrary time frame, it is still a good time to make changes. Even though it is an arbitrary time, it is still a good time to make changes. Even outside of this New Year's time frame, you can start change at any time. You do not need to change now. You can start new changes at any time. The way schedules tend to work, there's often a little bit of a lull here at the start of the year, conducive to starting something new. But you can make changes at any time. You can make changes at any time. You can make changes at any time. And you have the strength to follow through on changes you would like to make. You have the strength to follow through on changes you would like to make. You have the strength to follow through on changes you would like to make. You have the strength to follow through on changes you would like to make. you have the strength to support others that you would wish to support in changes they would like to make. As we're all possibly embarking on new things or continuing to battle the old challenges, you have the strength to support others in change they would like to make. The new year is a time where we can renew or start commitments to others as well as with ourselves. And you can support others in their bid to refresh and renew in the new year. I hope that you can look back with positivity on both the good and the bad in the last year, as every year we are going to face both in varying proportions. I hope you can look back with positivity on the previous year, both the good and the bad, as we confront both each year. And I hope you can look forward, especially with positivity, to change within yourself, within the world. I hope you can look forward with positivity at the chance for change. I hope you can look forward with positivity the chance for change. To be open-minded for what the year might present. To be open-minded with what the year might present. To accept that there will be positive and negative situations, good and bad, awaiting for us in this new year. You can look forward with positivity towards the new year, knowing it can bring both good and bad, and set out to make the best of what you face. You can set out to make the best of what you face. The year will bring surprises, will bring good times and bad times. I hope you can face them with positivity to make the best of them, to recognize good times and bad times can both be temporary, that we will face both. They will change from one to another. They will exist simultaneously. You can accept that life is filled with both good and bad, and you have a chance to face both with a positive outlook in this new year, to make the best of whatever circumstances you may be facing. You can make the best of whatever circumstances you may be facing. I hope that they will be good for you, but know that life is filled with a variety of experiences, good, bad, and neutral. But I genuinely wish the best for you in this new year, whatever may arise. I wish the best for you in this new year. I wish the best for you in this new year. I know you can face it with strength and positivity. I know you can face this new year with strength and positivity. I know you can face this new year with strength and positivity. I genuinely wish you a happy new year and look forward to spending time with you in this new year before us. So, let me wish you the best. Let me wish you for a surprising and interesting new year. Let me send best wishes that you can deal with its challenges and its moments, whether they be good or bad. And above all, let me wish you a happy new year. Good night.